Hello everyone, this is Jason from Primetime Aquatics, and I'm super excited to bring to you a fish room in a garage. It is packed full of fish tanks, and Shane is doing something I had never contemplated before. Later in the video, he's going to talk about a certain combination of fish, almost like a breeding for profit thing, that you could do in a relatively small tank. Hope you enjoy the video. Appreciate you being here. So I wanted to start out and show you this 265-gallon male peacock cichlid tank. I think this is a show tank. It is absolutely awesome, and it highlights why so many people love to keep these fish. The colors rival saltwater for sure. The action, these fish have a ton of personality, and as you can see, the tank is really well done. A while back I had mentioned a 3D background and how that can bring a lot to a tank, and I think this pretty much shows why. It just adds a different dimension, and so if you're looking to add something to your tank, obviously if you do a 3D background you got to break it down, so it's best to do this before you set one up, but it can really add a lot of cool fish here, a lot of color. What's really awesome about this tank is it is plumbed into the bathroom that's behind the wall, and it's running on a sump. So it's got a sump filtration system. You see the Marine Land internal canister filter as well. But it's nice because you can just add water directly to the sump and it keeps circulating throughout the tank. It keeps water changes and tank maintenance a lot easier. You've got a lot of nice flow here, a lot of nice rock work. I'm going to let Shane talk about his fish room. There are some things that he has done that I've never considered before, and you really got to see some of the combinations he uses for breeding fish.
Hi, how you doing? This is Shane. Welcome to the fish room. I breed mostly peacock cichlids, and I'm on a well, and so one thing you might notice is my fish are heavily stocked, and if you have any questions why that is one is the plants. You'll see the plants are all over the room, and then I'm on a well, so the water changes are real easy, and they're really long water changes, and I don't do any work. I just flip a switch, and so it's really fresh water. Also, people say that tank size really and how many fish you have stocked in there affects the fish and how they grow, but I would argue that its water quality is just as much as anything else. So I can flip the switch on the well and just keep on the water going, and the plecos, the bristlenose plecos love it, and the fish love it, and they do great and grow fine.
So can you tell us how much water changing are you doing in a typical week or a day, or percentage?
I'm having the switch on maybe up to an hour every day, and then on the weekends when I do a little bit of vacuuming, it can be on as much as 3 hours. And I've accidentally once actually left it on for 8 hours, and the fish are fine. It doesn't hurt anything. It really helps. And the plants you'll see is really crazy. It's about 40-some feet long. It wraps all the way around the garage, the pothos. So one thing that I do maybe different than other people is I'll let all the fish have their fry naturally. So when I see a holding female, I'll grab her out of the breeding tank, and then I'll throw her in one of the 10 gallons and let her do everything naturally. So I find that it's much better. I know the fish don't eat during that time, but I think it's less stressful than stripping them out and then tumbling them. And also in the 10 gallons, I'm able to breed plecos at the same time, and it actually works really fine. So in each one of these different tanks, I'll have different holding females. Here's like a Taiwan reef holding female, and there's some marble red plecos breeding at the same time in the same tank. One of my wife's contributions to my fish room, you got to get the wife mentioned here. I used to put right on the tank, so I put a sticker. So she come up with her crafting so she made these little Velcro stickers, and they're on Velcro. So then when I throw a holding female, So right there's an iceberg OB female in there holding. So then I'll just let her, so I know what's in there. Then when they spit the eggs out and it's time for me to get her back to where she goes and get the fry, I'll actually turn the tag sideways to let me know, hey, I gotta clean this tank.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I had never considered breeding bristlenose plecos in with holding females, but it makes all the sense in the world because the females, well, they're holding fry. They're not going to eat bristlenose fry. And then once the female spits out the fry, you can remove her, and the cichlid fry are going to be far too small to eat bristlenose fry, and the bristlenose can clean up after the other fish for uneaten food. It really is something. He does a lot in terms of water changes here. That's the reason why you can see so many fish in a tank and not have any issues. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe you learned something. It was certainly interesting looking at the different combinations. Appreciate you being here. If you want to see another really cool video, if you're into cichlid breeding, check out the video that's going to be popping up here in the upper right hand corner. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you in the next one.